Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing his word to come out. And I hope you sincere, brothers and sisters, edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called, Before God, Everything on Earth Was Corrupt, and is still corrupt today. That's right, man. Before Yahweh, everything on earth was corrupt, and is still corrupt today. And in this word, man, we're gonna just talk about how really corrupt things are today, and how in the time that we're living in, instead of focusing on righteousness and peace, we're doing the total opposite. We're being totally disobedient and crooked. I mean, one of the oldest professions in the world is prostitution, right? Even though this word is not about prostitution, but my point is prostitution is considered corrupt, right? Selling drugs, doing all type of crimes, doing all type of heinous crimes, robbery, thievery, just pure wickedness, man, is amongst us today. When it comes to corrupt, it comes to things that's wicked, things that are polluted, things that are defiled, things that are perverted, things that are enticed to extreme evil. And that's exactly what is going on today. It was going on, before Yahweh, everything on earth was corrupt. And even to this day, it's still corrupt. What you see on the screen is Ice Cube, the rapper Ice Cube, and he did an album called Everything's Corrupt. And this was probably about 10 years ago. And I listened to this album actually when it first came out, and I just thought that it was a nice title, a nice catchphrase, Everything's Corrupt. But if you listen to what he's saying, a lot of things that he's talking about is really happening today. And so I said, man, you know what? Corrupt. Let me look up that word corrupt. And when I looked it up in Genesis 6 and 11, that's all I needed, man. So the main word we're going to come out with today is going to be Genesis 6 and 11. But before we get to that, we're going to go down to verses 8. We're going to go 8 through 11, because the point is going to be in verse 11. But it deals with Noah's favor with God. Okay, everybody know the story with Noah and his family. In Genesis 6 and verse 8, it says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 9, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation, and Noah walked with God. Verse 10, and Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Verse 11, which is the point. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. You see that? And that's exactly what we got going on today, man. The earth was filled with wickedness, pollution, defilement, pervertedness, and people were enticed to extreme evil, man. Okay, verse 12. Oh, not only, we're going to stay in verse 11. Not only was the earth corrupt, but it was filled with violence. You see all type of violence going on today. Criminalistic violence just going on, man. Hatred, war, you name it. Verse 12, and God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. You see that? It says all flesh. You see what I'm saying? All flesh. So everybody that was walking upon the earth at that time, man, was indulging in corruption. You dig? In verse 13, it says, And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth, man. You see that? So when you look at what's going on today, and when you look at what was happening in the time of Noah, it was telling you right from the start, man. Okay, Noah was someone who walked with the Lord. He was blameless, and he walked before men, okay, in a world that was in corruption. Okay, he was devout, very spiritual man. Okay, he preached righteousness not only with his life, but the way he talked. He walked and talked it. You dig? And look, Noah understood one thing. He understood the secret of the Lord, and that was to fear him. And at the same time, show reverence to him. But not the other men, not the other people on earth at this time. They were filled with violence, man. So they had to be destroyed, you see. It's cold-blooded, man. What's the name of the word, man? Before God, everything on earth was corrupt, and it's still corrupt today, man. Cold-blooded, man. You see, all you people out here that's indulging in corruption, man, even in the time of this coronavirus, guess what? You're gonna have to deal with the judgment of Yahweh. You see, it talks about not only corruption, it talks about also violence. You see, in other words, people had no respect for the law, statutes and commandments of Yahweh. People out here disregarding all the righteousness and all indulging in wrongness. You have that going on today. You see, it says all flesh, okay, all human race was subject to this. Okay, verse 12 told you, for all flesh had corrupted his way. You see that? So you had people that blatantly went out their way to be disrespectful to Yahweh. You dig? You see? So that's why the Lord had to take everybody to the pool outside of Noah and his family, and he drowned their ass. You see? Because they was living in violence and corruption. You see? Righteousness and peace is what a man should be living. To tell you in the scriptures, if it's so possible, live peaceably among all men, man. Even in a time like today. I mean, everything's corrupt, from the government, from these bankers, from these politicians, from these professionals, in the corporate world, even in these churches, man, there's corruption, man. These mega churches, these televangelists, street ministries, it's corruption everywhere, man. On the job, I mean, you got people that's doing all type of thievery, all type of wickedness, man. You dig? It's a reason why it tell you the root of all evil is the love of money, because greed and the love of money, man, have people doing all type of unsavory, unethical things, man. But when you are a spiritual man and you abide by Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, you're not going to get caught up into corruption. You're not going to get caught up into this violence, man. Everything's corrupt, man, on earth. Back then, and everything on earth still corrupt today, man. Cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded. Once again, as we get ready to close out this word in Genesis 6 and 11, man. It says, the earth also was corrupt before Yahweh, and the earth was filled with violence. And you got that going on right now. In the time of this so-called coronavirus, the world is even more corrupt, and it's even more violence taking place. And if they don't lift this economy, if they don't open the economy back up, you're going to really see how corrupt the world is, and you're going to really see how violent Jake going to get, okay, as times get tougher and rougher, man. I hope you sincere, brothers and sisters, man, was edified by this word, and we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom.